Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Disturbing Puppet. We're going to play some more Stasis today. So kind of resolved some puzzles and went through a horrifying surgical experience in the last one. So we're going to continue from there. Next thing should be clear for us to continue through the door that was locked for us. I have had continuous issues with streaming with this, so it might drop when I tab back into the game. Then I'll just restart it. Because I just have issues with me tabbing in and out of the game, I've got my chat up on my phone, so I shouldn't notice anything there, hopefully, if it comes up. Hopefully it's not going to be too noisy or crazy or anything like that. So hopefully everything will work. We'll see anyway. About 90% of the time, for whatever reason, when I tab back into the game, it just crashes. So again, horror point-and-click adventure game. So we're going to continue with that. I am wearing headphones, both ears, so I can't hear that well. Not sure how loud I'm talking. Hopefully everything's fine. If there's anything weird with the sound or something, put a message in chat. Hopefully I'll see it on my phone, and we'll go from there. So let's try to go back into the game. And it crashed. And back in. So hopefully everything is working. There it goes again. Alright, I can't really check on it to make sure it's working, so if there's any issues, put it up in chat. Hopefully I'll see that. Yeah, so we're going to continue from where we left off last time. It's a little bit later than I usually stream. We'll probably go for an hour or so here. We'll see, depending on story issues, what happens. So we just had horrible surgery happen to us. And while I was in surgery and recovering, the corpse that I dropped off the surgical pod bed kind of got munched on by one of the horrifying creatures running around in this area. So it's possible that could still be around somewhere. I'm hoping not. Okay, I'm trying to double click to run, but apparently I can't run. I just had back surgery. Horrible, horrible, gruesome back surgery. Whoa! That doesn't look good. Are we supposed to do something here then? Let's head for the machinery here. Nothing? Okay, fine. Just take our time. We definitely can't run away from anything at this point. And trying to run does nothing. So far nothing's different or changed that I can see anyway. So the door that was locked before was actually out over this way through reception.
Are you expecting a beautiful bouncy baby boy or girl? Speak to your nearest administrator for details on our Mob and Tots program. You could win an all-expenses paid vacation to Titan. Competition is sponsored by the Seed team.
Okay, I guess we have to go to the terminal. Thought just approaching it, since we don't have a PDT, would allow it to open. I might have to remove the PDT that's here in the chair that we brought over before. Yeah, it's got that. Okay, I can't pick anything up there. I'm also carrying my data tag. That's probably not super useful to have, is it?
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
I was thinking breaking the PDT. Yeah, nothing I can do.
Hey you, yes you over there. Ensure that you stay clean of parasites at all times. Mandatory rectal
What?
exams are to be enforced.
Stay clear of parasites at all times. Mandatory rectal exams are required. What? Okay, I must have to do something to get rid of my PDT, maybe? Thought it would just be a case of just walking through the door. It's actually showing me using the elevator, which it didn't before. That's weird. Maybe I'm supposed to use the elevator. I thought the other door would be the one that would unlock and open. I wasn't expecting that.
A biological quarantine has been initiated. Level 2. Kitchen knife and snowflake are off limits. Level 3. Hydroponics is off limits.
Oh, that's not good. Whoa.
Perfect.
Where are you, John? Without the PDT, I can't track shit.
Hydroponics. Or what's left of hydroponics. The shaft's covered in growth. I'm not going anywhere.
Listen, wait. Let me check the blueprints. Yes, hydroponics has a service elevator.
Affirmative.
Keep me in the loop.
Okay, the Vines may attempt to redecorate the elevator before too long. This doorway, bright lighting indicates entrance to another laboratory. Got fans. Although the fans were installed to keep the air recycling, they've now reduced to. They're now helping reduce the buildup of vegetation. What's this? No idea. Here, this doorway is bright. Lighting indicates entrance to another laboratory. So we've got 2 laboratories we can go to. Let's see if there's anything here. Vines covering the elevator shaft. Elevator shaft, now covered in a thick band of foliage, looms over the room like a giant forest mushroom. Now I'm walking fine. Can I run? Yes, I can, all of a sudden.
This is ridiculous. How did it grow this world in a few months?
What do we have?
These plants can naturally develop this fast.
Kane developed the technology to accelerate plant growth. Oxygen is big business.
A broken vaporizer. Vaporizer lies broken beyond repair, wrapped in vines. Another one. Wrestled from their upright position, the vaporizer's chambers are now resting idly on the floor. Got a computer terminal here. Vaporizer pad. This is an evaluation platform for specimens and samples to be inserted into the glass chamber. Cracked glass. Vaporizer has been punctured by a hole, leaving a spiderweb of cracks in the glass. Unattended for months, the vegetation is wickedly dense and as strong as twisted steel cables. Nothing. Desk. Small work desk. Another computer terminal. Metal plaque. A polished metal plaque is engraved with the slogan, "Gardening, just another day at the plant." More overgrowth. The vines have covered many of the laboratory surfaces. In some areas, the wall and floor can't be seen behind the tangled weave. Got a locked door here. Door appears to be locked, and the red usually indicates that. Network of green vines snake across every surface. Liquid stains. A green scum is dripped down from the ceiling, staining the wall. I don't even know if this is a monitor. Static field monitor. Another monitor displaying the vessel's favorite show, static. That was just a weird lighting effect on the wall. Looks like 2 corpses. Corpse. Keita Yamada, civilian liaison, personal data tag 99149, security level 1. James Herbert, deckhand, personal data tag 98867, security level 0. Check out the pad, it's kind of interesting. Nothing. This icon doesn't indicate that you can do something with it, but sometimes when you click on things, when that comes up, something will happen. Spinning fan. Surprisingly pleasant aroma of the undergrowth is kept in check by the hardworking fan. The air is filled with distinctive jungle scent. Plants are producing odors that are sweet, creamy, and seductive in equal measure. I don't know what a creamy smell is. Seductive smell? What? Vaporizers. Report and activate vaporizer. The vaporizer. Okay, it did nothing. Check out the report. The vaporizer, the perfected Mark V model of King Corporation Trans-State Modifier. Using advanced and unique molecularization technology, the vaporizer has the ability to shift a targeted substance between gas, liquid, and solid states without any of the structural breakdowns seen in objects shifted between states on a regular basis. The Mark V is the latest model, but it hasn't yet been rolled into mass production because of the current difficulty fueling the vaporizer with resources on board the Grim Lake. Recent experiments undertaken were more than satisfactory, and it passed the Kane safety and security test with no adverse effects, causing harm to the user observed. It has been graded level 4 because of the specific nature of its technology and the limited quantity of existing vaporizers. During an experiment recently carried out on the royal jelly produced by hydroponics, Dr. Gray and other observers commented on the remarkable speed at which the jelly was transformed into gas, thus placating their insect population. Well, I'm sure I'm going to have to do something with that.
Vaporizer chamber compromised. Chamber is not intact.
Yeah, I figured we'd have to fix it. Let's check the desk. Nothing. Dr. Sebastian Gray. I've got stuff from January through December 1st. Most of the stuff in here has been kind of finishing around December 24th to early January. Supposedly about 3 months prior to when this is happening, but it seems like a lot longer. January 2nd. Finally, we have more room for the Lincesi Harvey strain, which I've been working on so hard. It's days like this that humanity truly proves why it crawled out of the ocean before any other. My section has been expanded. I have more staff, true, but they are drones and have little other function. Now we can expand the research potential of Project Kitchen Knife and see what else the plants can yield. The oxygen production rate is quite unlike anything my initial projections could have predicted. Last year it became the worst kept secret on the Groom Lake, and all of a sudden I had more interns than I could comfortably employ. Their only function is to stumble about the place and ask troublesome questions that I have little time to answer. If only our world was more like that of insects. I have plenty of workers and drones, but none of the unwavering loyalty. Bees work and work, the faith in their queen unquestioning and constant. That kind of loyalty is beyond price. These interns of mine have their uses, I suppose. We always need volunteers willing to get close to the queen. February 16th. Am I surrounded by incompetence? One of those imbecilic interns got too close to the queen, and she showed him her affection. Quite amusing, though not to him. This means that I must attend another accident debriefing with the board, though Dr. Milan does love to test me. I see him up on the hearing bench, and he grins at me with that supercilious look that he has perfected over the years. I suppose that I have him to thank for my current position. It was his recommendation to the board that made him hired me in the first place. Still, I believe he has come to enjoy these little power plays. He does so like to keep me under his heel. That, my dear doctor, is only a temporary situation. Once this project is complete, the chess game that we play so often will no longer be our only battleground. Regarding the project, some of the bug eggs failed to hatch properly. I suspect this is why the Queen was more aggressive than usual. There are more than enough drones to continue the collection work. Their unique chemical properties are doing wonders for the plants, though I'm running short of interns prepared to work in close proximity to them since the last incident. The worker I appreciate the most is Akiza. I was astonished to discover that she is related to the legendary Dr. Tenshu of the Eugenics Wars. I did consider mentioning it to her, but I sense she is oddly ashamed to have him as her ancestor. If it wasn't for men like him, our profession would be a hollow shell of what it is now. Then again, if it wasn't for him, genetic research wouldn't have been put back by several generations now, would it? The ethical quandaries we face as men of science. June 16th. The insects are restless. They rumble in their apiaries and are more aggressive than usual. My personal deduction is that the presence of the marine thugs aboard the ship are the cause, armed guards all over the place. I was stopped by one the other day and asked my reason for going into hydroponics. Well, after I was explaining I was head of the damn project, I had the guard removed from his post and then the ship. This is insanity. How am I expected to progress with these thugs around? September 23rd. I recall complaining about the inundation of interns. If only they were still here now. Both Ivan and Theodore disappeared from their rooms last night, and I've had to speak to security about their whereabouts. They were Akiza's assistants, and now the production of the Queen's Royal Jelly has slowed exponentially. That's been a huge blow, but a rather extraordinary anomaly has appeared in our growth pods, a hitherto undiscovered strain of fungus. Its origin is something of a mystery to me. These fungal growths fascinate. At first, I thought it was a common garden variety mold, but after a substantial analysis performed by Akiza, it seems to harbor neuron activity, that is. That is to say, it seems to exhibit rudimentary signs of intelligence. We've certainly created some unusual species on this deck, but the idea of a quasi-intelligent fungus growing and evolving of its own volition is exciting and frankly frightening. I've asked Akiza and the remnants of her team to cultivate it, but exhibit caution in where it is spread. This is the stuff that eventually spread everywhere all over the ship. October 24th. I was asked by one of Dr. Milan's assistants if the fungal substance discovered growing in the bowels of the ship had anything to do with us. I lied, of course, but this is becoming alarming. Our experiments flourished at first. We may have lost more staff recently, but our experiments have been fruitful indeed. Confidentially, the properties of the fungus is both extraordinary and terrifying. It has the remarkable ability to take control of a living subject's central nervous system and hypothalamus, as observed in the monkey we used for testing. The monkey shrieked and thrashed in rage for the first few days after it was exposed, and then it became quiet, observant, and uncannily intelligent. It's certainly aggressive, but then again, which viruses aren't? But it's a fungus, not a virus. December 1st. No. We've officially lost control of the deck. Eden now truly belongs to the beasts. We have seen strange things. I watched as the fungus took control of the deck, as it spread through the staff, and much to my shame, I watched their deaths and examined their bodies. Nobody can cross the pods because the bugs are so aggressive that when Solomon went in a rad suit, they ripped it from his body and stung him to death. It took mere moments. Still, I live in the hope that the insects will remember me, their creator, and perhaps see me as one of their own. Okay. Emails. From Dr. Tenshu to S. Gray regarding my family. Dr. Gray, I do not wish to seem unprofessional or impolite, but I would ask that you not press me on the subject of my ancestry any further. I was nearly refused entry to medical school on the basis of my family's background, and the torment I suffered at the hands of my school peers regarding my great-great-uncle was unbearable. I'm fully aware of his actions, and have seen countless photographs and documents of the consequences of his work. I took the position to change our world for the better, and not to be reminded of the skeletons in my family's closet. I've enjoyed our working relationship thus far, Dr. Gray, but I'd prefer my family history no longer be a topic of our conversations. Thank you for understanding. And from Dr. Way to Dr. Gray regarding meal. Dr. Gray, I enjoyed our meal yesterday. It was refreshing to hear a man so outspoken on the ship. I appreciate your candor, and I do agree that perhaps it's time the board was shaken up a little. Although this is merely an observation rather than action plan, I think the top leadership needs some new blood. I'd second you if you decided to take on the challenge yourself. Your impeccable scientific pedigree more than qualifies you. By the way, did you know where they were keeping the new cargo? It seems rather like a waste of resources if they won't even tell us where it is. Regards. Here. Okay. Now I'm carrying a metal plaque for some reason.
Another locked door.
Kane Corporation is watching you. We can.
Yep, more locked doors. Corpses. Nope. So we'll need to repair this, I'm sure. I'll have to use the vaporizer on something. But I'm not sure what or why. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I can go this way too, actually. Wah!
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up. How big is it?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking insects being that big. Oh, that's probably not good either. Queen insect. It's difficult to grasp the size and form of this insect creature. Butter-like protuberances sprout from its bulbous abdomen, with the pincers while the pincers stab the air. Large swollen milk sac. Mottled abdomen, swollen egg sac, or plump milk gland, possibly all three. Milking suction cups. Semi-organic suction cups were custom designed to harvest this creature's excretions. Yeah. Not what I expected to find, that's for sure. Okay, I'm here. I was kind of looking. Where am I? What else do we have? Hardened amber. Amber trickles from the tree, but most of it is hardened into an incredibly tough compound. Seems like it's sort of guessing general mood or communication. Pheromones. That's giving a smiley face. It's happy, apparently. Okay. Tree. A tall, strangely shaped tree grows out of a housing space in the floor. Milk from the creature is being fed into the tree by a pair of tubes. Oh. Milk cables. The tree has been pierced in various spots by these two tubes. As you watch, the milk travels sluggishly through them and into the tree. Overgrown vines are no less dense in this room. What do I have? I feel like getting a piece of the amber. Can I
I
break
can try
off?
to make it fit, but it may break.
Can I break off a piece?
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Nope. Okay. Milk processor. This receptacle stores the processed milk. That's kind of creepy. Got another computer. The vines seem to be trying to pluck this terminal out of its wall socket. So far, they have not succeeded. Oh, these are tanks. Okay, I thought these were just overhead lights. Just 3 dimensions. These tanks exist to collect what is being milked from the brute. So I'm stumbling over my words today. Hydroponics. Hydroponics queen chamber. You can activate the suction pumps. Queen's life cycle, week 93. Monday, healthy, docile, responsive to stimuli. Milking is normal. Tuesday, no activity. Wednesday, healthy, heightened aggression, recommended milking with only experienced staff. Thursday, no activity. Friday, healthy, highly aggressive. 3 personnel wounded in milking. Saturday, healthy, quiet, unusual brooding behavior, milking normal. Sunday, healthy, aggressive, 1 fatality via venom pouches. Okay. Can also activate suction pumps. Wow. Oh, we've got milk collection pad. There's a little jar of milk. Pick it up. Now drink it. Queen's milk. Okay. She still seems happy. Even though she's happy, I really don't want to go over to her. Maybe I have to at some point. Should I go over to her? Maybe I'll save it first. She's happy. Let's go say hello. The hell?
That was too close.
Why would I rip one of her legs off? Or did I kill her? Not moving. Queen pincer. Why? Okay, whatever. Let's see if we can get the amber with that. Pierced amber. Sap wells up as you pierce the amber deposit, and it slowly spreads across the floor like honey. It's pungent and sweet. Okay. So now we have tree sap, queen milk, lost the pincer. Okay, well, she hit me. I'm trying to find all the deaths in this game. No, 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 reload from there. I still think it's super weird that we would just go up to the queen and rip her leg off. What? You have to click on the right place? So why did it rip her leg off the first time, and this time it didn't? Or had I already taken the leg, but I didn't take the leg already by that point. Yeah, no leg. Need to click a certain place. Huh. So how did I rip her leg off the first time without a problem? I am confused. Yeah, basically I just clicked on her head. Whatever. Yeah, she's just killing me every time. Huh. very strange. So that video just be me getting eaten over and over again. Let's try using an item.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Smack her with the pistol. I think it even registered that I did that.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Yeah, it's so weird. How come it worked before? Wait till she sticks her leg out and then click. That could be the exact opposite of what I need to do. I'm not sure. Yeah, timing, I guess. She's still happy. Doesn't make any sense.
I was too close.
Yep, super weird. This whole thing just got a whole lot weirder coming down here. So I have giant queen bug milk, tree sap. So if the queen is this size, the workers have got to be pretty good size as well. The mutated things we've run into seem like they are mutated from some kind of accelerant that was being used in cloning vats. So maybe they're using this milk stuff as the accelerant in the cloning vats, and that's causing part of the issue, but it seems like there should also be big mutated insects running around. Let's check this way. That doesn't sound good. Where am I? Okay, so the insects will probably kill me if I go in here. So we'll save the game again. I'm assuming if I move in here, I'm going to die. Oxygen collection tank. Soft mechanical inhalation sound is audible here while the tank collects oxygen produced by the room's abundant plant life. Gentle hiss indicates the oxygen collection tank continues to cycle. Fast spinning fan. The fan's constant spin sends a heady blend of botanical scents through the room. Overgrown seedlings. The young plants are massively overgrown, overflowing their growth chambers in a desperate attempt to reach the continuously burning hydroponic lights. A collapsed bridge. The flora here grew steadily, wrapping its limbs around the catwalk. Slowly but inexorably, the flora pulled at the metallic structure until it collapsed. Observation point towers above the growth pods, providing an incredible view of the lush Eden below. Corpse, Charles Young, security personnel, Kane Sec. Security level 1. Jim Taylor, senior security personnel, Kane Sec, security level 2. Slow spinning fan. The fan spins sluggishly as the vines through the gap in the blades have begun to wrap around it. Another tank. Tank to collect the oxygen produced by the bountiful fauna and hydroponics. We can continue this way, actually. Don't think we'd be able to get up there. I go in here, I'm probably going to get killed. Thick vine. The growth agent has spurred the section of vine to flourish. It's now half as thick around as the hatch you entered through. Overgrown tree. The vines are winning a slow, methodical war to bend and rip this tree from its roots in the ground before, or the floor below. A little bit, just to see. Make it to this one just to see anything of interest.
Oxygen levels increasing.
So what does increasing the amount of oxygen going to do for me? Notice corpse here, Chris Rogers, helmsman, Groom Lake Com, security level 1. It's kind of dark. I wonder if I can make it to this one before getting killed. Ah! Yay, another death. I don't know how many there are. I'm trying to find all of them, kind of. So, at what point is this? Okay, this is fine. I've already got the sap and the milk. So, before we go in there... So I need to do something here. So sap seems like a good way to fix the glass. Or not? No? Really? How about sap and a plate? There we go. Well, that's something. So I've got milk. So this turns things into different states of matter, so I could make the milk into a gas. But what would the point of that be? I would assume even just having it with me and the scent from it would probably protect me from the insects. I wouldn't necessarily have to turn it into a gas. If I turn it into a gas, how am I going to use it? Bug spray? Right type of thing, I guess. Not that one, this one.
Vaporizer activated.
What's that? Vaporized queen pheromone. Okay. So what's the point of the oxygen tanks? Is there anything? Insect swarm. Insects swarm in great clusters, their bodies luminous like fireflies. Just use it on myself.
It doesn't work like that.
No? Okay. Use it on the insect swarm. Get in. Nope, still attacking me. Oh. I would have thought that would have protected me. Of course, I would think I would just apply it to myself, rather than throwing it at them. Where are we here? Okay, we've got the pheromone, that's fine. Unless I use the pheromone with the queen? Try turning the oxygen on. I have no idea what that really does, how it would affect things.
Oxygen levels increasing.
So I can do that safely. tree is a perfect example of a species that has been gene-tailored for generations to grow perfectly in hydroponic environments on vessels, lunar stations, and asteroid mining settlements.
I think that'll just break it.
That, no. Use it on me.
I think that'll just break
No.
it.
Don't get... how this is helping me. It's like I have a second, but they are less active, but that's about it. Could be a timing thing, but I'm not sure. Let's try using it on the queen, just to see. Out of curiosity. Sure it's not going to.
Maybe. No, that won't work.
The only thing I could do would be to maybe use the vaporized pheromones and make them a solid, but I don't know how that would help necessarily. It's worth a shot, I guess. I don't really get what the oxygen tank thing is, though. Let's see if we can make it into a solid just for the heck of it.
I don't think this will fit.
Nope, okay. So that is what I needed. Huh. It seems like it buys me a second when I use it. So I'm going to try to just be quick and see if I can activate the other oxygen tank. But I don't really know what that would do to help me. Go. Nope. Instantly on me. I could just try to run through, maybe? Maybe I have to stop the fans from working somehow. I don't know how I would do that. Okay, that's way too far in there. Lots of death. Huh? Where the heck am I? Didn't even notice there was somebody here. Edwin Tong, civilian. Security level 0. There I am, okay. Nothing. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe. Yeah, maybe I have to do something with the fans, but I don't know how I would do that. Could be missing something. So I'm going to try one time here just to use this on the insects and try to run through as fast as possible to the next area. I'm sure it's not going to work. Yeah. So all I can do is turn on the oxygen.
Oxygen levels increasing.
Must be missing something. I suppose I could collect some more milk if it'll let me. I don't know why. Oh, did I never look at these? I don't think I did. Yeah, I just got hung up on here. Okay. This might help. Keys of Tenshu. So February 20th through December 3rd. February 20th. Oh, praise God Almighty, I couldn't be happier. Dr. Gray took me to one side and told me that I was the only person who had the skill and ability to take control of the nursery. He promoted me on the spot and said that I was now personally responsible for the Queen. The royal jelly that she produces has proved to be incredibly useful. I discovered through my own analysis that not only is the jelly an essential nutrient for the insect population, but that it has other amazing physical properties too. It accelerates molecular bonding in certain substances, acting as a thickener for many natural substances while also regenerating their natural properties. With some engineering, I imagine we could turn this into a true medical breakthrough. Imagine doctors in hospital wards on Earth using our bonding agent to heal wounds instantly. Perhaps finally the Tenshu name will be revered in medical history instead of reviled. March 10th. The Queen is a temperamental little thing. A fiery lady to be sure. Ah, but Queenie, you forget. I grew up in a family with more than one fire-breathing dragon. If I can handle my mother, I can certainly handle you. Ah. Although when she is milked, she's rather docile. I dare say she's rather attached to it. I'm sure I heard her purring at me. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm aware that she's a bug and all, but it sounded rather like approval. My parents kept hives of bees, so I've never been squeamish over insects, and I can tell the difference between aggression and favor. I'm still the only person who can get close without being bitten, and her bite can leave one hell of a mark, let me tell you. Hodgkin says he will report his side effects upon the return from sick leave. In other news, Dr. Myrek, one of Dr. Gray's subordinates, has requested samples of the jelly for experiments with his tree resins. He thinks it might have a use in industrial adhesive. This is a little way from my original intention, but I do suppose it's a start. August 12th. I try so hard to be positive, to be the person whose enthusiasm never once flags or fails. But when you start hearing rumors that appall you to your very core, I try to shrug it off, but recently it's become harder to deny it. I've been hearing sounds from the elevator shafts, the sounds of a wailing infant, crying out in pain before suddenly being silenced. That is no rumor. Sometimes I lay awake at night and I swear I can hear the crying of children. I can't be dreaming. I saw Ingracia to confess my fears. He gave me a prescription to help me sleep. Something in his eyes said that he knew I was hearing something real, and worse, it was something he was hearing too. More rumors. Dr. Milan is using children in his research. I have to ignore it. If it were true, Kane would remove him immediately, surely. Even Dr. Gray appears to find it an uncomfortable subject for discussion, and this is a man who slept easily when Isaac got his left cheek tore off by the Queen. September 22nd. Is Dr. Gray short on staff again? Once again, I'm being forced to manage multiple projects. Only this time it's an examination of an acutely destructive new spore that seems to have affected a few of the pods. First observations, it's a parasitic fungus that grows faster than a common weed, and like a common weed, I feel it should be destroyed. But I know that Dr. Gray won't do it. He, like many of the other senior doctors, sees any new species as something to be exploited or weaponized. October 31st. In the darkness, something stirs. I can't say what. I'm too afraid to find out what it is. When Ivan and Theo disappeared a month back, we assumed they'd somehow deserted. That was the official stance taken by Dr. Milan and the board, anyway. Last night events proved that there was something on board with us, though God knows where it's from. The Queen was more rambunctious than I've seen her before, and milking her was certainly more challenging than I'm used to. Edmund was assisting. We've been short on staff, and some of our volunteers are simply refusing to show for work. The Queen's environment has been disturbed a great deal, so her violent tendencies are more pronounced. Edmund was on his way to hydroponics when it happened. Something, pulled him into one of the air ducts. I didn't see much. I saw him walking towards the decontamination chamber. The next moment his legs were kicking the air as whatever it was dragged him up into the ceiling while he squealed like a pig. I'm resigning tomorrow. I did not sign up for mad science. I came to Kane to serve humanity and clear my family's name, not watch my crewmates be slaughtered by a species that Dr. Milan refuses to confirm or deny. December 3rd. If only I'd resigned when I said I would, and if only they hadn't ignored my demands to have the infernal fungus destroyed. It's growing over me now, over my skin. It's burrowing into my flesh. The insect attacked again today, and it seems to only worsen. Dr. Gray was destroyed by a swarm of them, and now he is only fertilizer for that ever-ravenous mold he was so curious about. The uninfected are making an attempt to escape. This doesn't include me. The emergency flares keep the bugs away. I told them to give me the flare to hold back the bugs so they could get away. I hope they escape soon. The fungus is making my head feel funny. I'm sure I can feel it growing through my ear canal. That's a horrible thought. Emails from Gray to Tenchu regarding foolish pranks. Zika, with the greatest respect, could you please stop the ridiculous pranks your group insists on carrying out in the fertilization chambers? I will admit that they're hardly dangerous, but they are undignified. I certainly wouldn't like to be present when a Kane inspector stumbles upon young Theodore, racing in front of the Queen, hands above his head while shouting, "I'm covered in bees." It is unprofessional. Please instruct them to cease their foolishness at once. Kind regards, Dr. Gray. From Wei to Tenchu regarding RE, a matter of spirit. Akiza, don't worry. I don't think you're losing your mind. Ghosts are a possibility, but I suspect what you're hearing is perhaps the sounds of devices playing in other parts of the ship. I do believe at the moment that the corporal world and spirit world are very much divided, so try to calm yourself. If you would like, I can talk to someone in cargo storage about those sounds, but I wouldn't worry about it. This island is full of noises, but they pay them no mind. For once, I'm quoting Shakespeare and not the Bible. Get some sleep and maybe do fewer night shifts. Eleanor. So that just told me that flares can distract them, but I haven't seen any flares or anything like flares. Crazy combinations. No? Okay. Just popped in my head for some reason. So we can maybe get some milk. Okay, so now I have more milk. What is the point of having more milk? So I can make more. Can I combine these?
I think that would break.
No. So I can make more pheromone. But how does that help? Since it doesn't seem to do anything. didn't even give me multiple. Okay. I just break the game. I can't move. When I click on stuff, I can't open my inventory. And now I have no cursor. Okay, apparently doing that caused the game to move foul up. That is unfortunate. Continue. Yep, something screwy. I can't move, and I can't look at my inventory either. Okay, when did I last save it? So just load this and go from there. Have everything. This is quite a while back, okay. Everything seems to be working okay though. So we just have to replicate this. Fix that.
Vaporizer activated.
Okay, so don't do that again. If you do that twice, it causes everything to foul up for some reason. Go back and read, just look at the comments and stuff that were in here that I didn't look at before, just in case that triggers something, or you have to do that to progress. Personal logs. Yeah. Next. Nothing here. Huh. Okay, we'll save it again. Just so we don't have to do this again. Doesn't seem like there's much that I can do. Can I use this with the
I can't see it
oxygen
working
tank?
like that.
No. So I can turn the oxygen on.
Oxygen levels increasing.
No,
I don't think this will fit.
no. It's not showing like a cloud of oxygen gas I can interact with either. Yeah, this is so weird. What am I supposed to do? I would have thought just using it on myself would have made the most sense. Get away from this, just to try again.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Crazy combinations,
Probably not a good
no.
idea. I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
I was thinking if I can ignite the oxygen somehow. I don't know how I would do that. Just checking to see if I might have missed something somewhere. Work desk. Huh. That's going to cause it to screw up again here, probably. I didn't even have the item it was describing. Yeah, everything screwed up again. Okay, that's why I saved the game. So it seems like nothing else with the vaporizer. Anything I do with that seems to cause everything to crash. Not crash exactly, but get fouled up. Nothing else in here, right? Got overgrowth, we got the sap. It's the milk cables, the tree. Computer terminal checked out. Milk processor. Milk tanks. Huh. Am I missing a room or anything? I don't think so. Is there anything here? Can I use the elevator to go somewhere else? Doesn't seem like it. Nowhere else to go. Seems like things just get fouled up whenever I do anything in this room. Nothing on the monitor. Check the corpses here really closely. It just seems like it's just the corpses and nothing else. There are these liquid stains on the wall. Probably nothing. Check out the broken ones. It's not showing I can interact, it's just sort of looking at. Let's see if anything triggers. Doesn't seem like it. There's more liquid stains here. Nothing though. Huh. Something hidden on the ground I'm not seeing. Don't see anything. It's kind of a way to ignite the oxygen is what I'm thinking. But I'm surprised the queen pheromone I can't use on myself. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. could I do? I could collect more milk. That seemed fine when I had the milk as well. I just couldn't use the vaporizer on it, and then everything messed up. What would I do with the milk if I'm not going to vaporize it? Okay, now we have milk and pheromones separately. Can I use the milk on myself? Sounds kind of odd.
These don't go well together.
Nope. Can I use the milk? The oxygen tank, that doesn't make any sense.
Probably not a good idea.
Can I use the milk with the insect
I don't
swarm?
think that'll work.
No. Huh. Anybody have any ideas? I'm open to ideas at this point. I'm not sure what I should be doing. I feel like I'm missing something, like an item.
I think that would break.
Can't use these together. I already
think
tried
so.
that. The other way around.
This isn't gonna work.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure at this point what I need to do. Kind of stumped. I'm kind of afraid to like use the pheromones and then make more pheromones, because when I've made the pheromones, it caused things to screw up. Maybe if I've already used the pheromones from my inventory, it'd be fine. But using the pheromones didn't seem to do anything. Just like a minute, they're less active. But if I go near them, they still attack me. So I'll try doing things I don't think will work, just because. Just a short amount of time, it's gone. Doesn't seem like there's any less of them or anything.
I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't think that'll work.
Let's see if I can make more now without causing a problem.
Vaporizer activated.
Okay, everything's fine. So as long as I don't have two in my inventory at the same time, it's okay. But I don't get the point? I can make the pheromone, but I can't use it on myself, which would be the most natural thing I would think to do. And using it on the insects doesn't seem to do much of anything. Yeah, I was trying to go for timing thing here to activate more oxygen. Yeah, they just attack me. Even if they're not really on the screen, they're still attacking me. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It only really mentioned in the information on the data logs and stuff about using flares. We haven't found any flares. There's no corpses I can interact with to check for stuff. Having the oxygen doesn't do anything. Maybe if I could ignite it. I don't know how I would ignite it, since I seem to have everything.
That's just crazy. Although...
You know, sometimes crazy things I've tried have actually progressed the story. So, you never know. There must be something I'm missing. Yeah, unfortunately I may have to call it a day here. Because I really can't figure out what I'm supposed to do. I might have to actually look for another hint. I've only had to look up one thing before, just to kind of help me with the previous thing, but I sort of knew what I was doing. There were certain things that I had missed somewhere, and I kind of feel like this might be the same situation, where there's something that I've just missed somewhere. But the last thing was strange comments attached to PDAs and terminals and stuff. But I noticed in this one there isn't anything. I don't see anything. Just want to double check the other computer terminals just to see if there's anything. I'm pretty sure there was nothing sort of attached as far as notes and things on it. There's nowhere else I can go from here. I can't collect more sap. Yeah. I really don't see what I need to do. Get eaten by the insect queen, I guess. That's about all I could do. Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to go ahead and end it here, just because I can't figure out what I need to do from this point. Yeah, very strange. I just can't figure out what I need to do next. And hopefully what I'll do is kind of look up just sort of a hint. I don't really want to, see much of a walkthrough or anything, but just sort of a hint about what I need to do next, and maybe we'll progress from there. I'm hoping maybe I can do the next stream on Halloween, actually. I might be able to do it sooner. We'll kind of see, but most likely I'll try to do some more on Halloween. I kind of thought I would actually finish this game before the end of the month, but it doesn't seem like that is going to happen. But anyway, thanks for checking this out with me. I do appreciate it. And if you're interested in any other streams, any of the previous games, that kind of thing, you can look at some of my older streams here, but older stuff kind of disappears after a couple of weeks. So then I will put up old streams on my YouTube channel, which is also Disturbing Puppet, so please check that out. I've got a bunch of other games and things on there. And hopefully I will see you next time. Thank you very much for hanging out, and we'll hopefully see you again.